Yo, what up?
What's
What
up,
up?
dudes?
What's going on, everyone?
Living the dream, brother. How are
Yeah,
you?
I'm tired.
Yeah, it's the time of year. It starts kicking off.
I'm tired from watching TV all day.
Heck
Yeah, right.
yeah. Oh, you son of a bitch. What'd you watch? Anything good?
No, I was cleaning windows all day. I'm just kidding.
Oh, damn. I was like, maybe you got a rain day or
No,
something. Oh, son.
no. I've been blessed with a little bit of warm weather here for a couple of days, and it's gonna be back to. It's gonna be 70 tomorrow, and it's gonna be 23 the day after. So that's good. I got that going for me.
It's the weather's it's
You
insane
guys
right
look
now.
great up there in the right hand corner. You guys look awesome, Jeffrey.
Yeah. There.
Yeah.
Trying to figure it out.
Who's this with you, Jeffrey?
This is Heather. Heather is part
Hello,
of my
Heather.
admin staff.
Hi, Heather.
Heather. She does a lot of the background stuff, setting up stuff for safety green training and for green
Cool.
building maintenance services, a lot of our work plans. When people call in, she does the equipment orders, gets them scheduled, that sort of thing.
All
The
right.
brains behind the business.
Hello,
Yeah, that's
Mom.
great.
My mom's
Awesome.
watching.
Oh, your mom's watching?
My
Hi,
mom
Mary.
watches. My mom watches this podcast, Heather. So
Nice.
yeah, I got that going for me. My mom's super supportive of all of my degenerate behavior.
This is my support staff right here.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
nice.
There you go.
Make that better.
He's my
Some time reflecting on that.
pocket friend.
See where that'd be helpful.
Yeah, sometimes you need a reminder, you
Yeah.
know?
So yeah, this is the last week of March Madness, and then we get back to ground guy talk. It's gonna be awesome.
Ground guy talk, but I gotta say, I always look forward when Jeffrey tells me he'll come on.
Yes.
Because if he is not the most he's one of the most knowledgeable high rise guys I've ever spoken with. I mean, I don't think anybody compares. So we always appreciate.
I
him
like
getting
him because he's
time.
handsome and he's super cool.
Yeah.
There's that.
Those are two things right there. You gotta take that to the bank.
Plus,
man.
he's got a cool Jeep too, dude.
Yeah.
With ducks in the window.
With ducks in the window, it's awesome.
Well, I've been doing this a very long time. I started out like everybody else,
Right.
doing route, running
guy?
a top squeegee.
Ground guy? You were a ground guy when you started out?
I was even lower than that, man. I was following my dad around with a mop and a squeegee,
Wow.
wiping off sills as a little guy.
See, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
Some dudes,
That's awesome.
Some dudes are cool too.
Plus, he's got a cool puppy golden retriever.
Yeah, that's
He's
cool.
a golden doodle, so he's probably not
Golden-
as cool as you think
Looks
he is.
more retriever than doodle.
He does.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was a retriever.
Does he have a good temperament?
He's super sweet. He's
Okay.
really chill.
I heard they're super chill dogs.
Yeah.
And there's Mark's neglected dog behind him. Obviously, very neglected, not taken care of at all.
Are you kidding me? Look at her sitting there like a champ.
Golden doodles, those
she's
are
the queen of that house.
Are those like hypoallergenic dogs?
Yeah, they are. You could make
Ours
clothes
isn't.
out of their hair and stuff.
Mine isn't.
Oh.
So I learned this after I had my first one. Max died last April, but
Sorry, bud.
what you call
That's the
an
worst.
which one parent was a poodle, American Standard Poodle. The other parent was a retriever. And that first generation, they're typically they still shed, and sometimes they're hypoallergenic. But
Okay.
I don't like Copper here. I mean, people are allergic to him.
That's even a cool name. I like that.
Like it.
Well,
Yeah.
Heather here, she's got one that's 7 months old.
Uh-huh.
His name is Summit for Summit County, Colorado.
Okay.
And I've got Copper for Copper Mountain in Summit County, Colorado.
Oh, that's
Oh,
cool.
nice. I like that.
Rad
Yeah,
mobile.
we got Sailor here when she was 8 weeks old. She's just over a year, and I lost because I wanted to call her Cornbread, but it ended up being Sailor. So my kids named it. So that's all.
Sailor's a good name.
I got
Yeah.
stuck with my dog's names because I adopted them, and they wouldn't
Oh.
respond to anything else, and I hate
This
their
guy is
names.
always virtue signaling all the
No,
time.
I'm just very
all the time.
Who
I
adopts
adopt
golden
my
retrievers?
dogs.
I adopted 2 golden retrievers, a father and daughter. And
Ugh,
I got lucky
disgusting.
and got them for free, so they were great.
How old were they?
Ugh.
He was 3 and she was 1.
Oh,
So
right
they're
on.
7 and 5 now. Yeah.
So you didn't have to potty train them then?
I had to potty train. Somebody took her and then kind of kept her in a basement for like a year
Shitty.
and didn't take care of her. So we took her, and yeah, she didn't know how to do like anything. So he was trained really well. He was like a breeding dog when we got him, so that's what they used him for. So um yeah, we got him. He's great. He's not the smartest dog in the world, but he's like the nicest dog.
Cool.
You know what I mean? Like he gets stuck in doorways, doesn't know how to like get back in the house, but
Awesome.
you know, once he's in, everyone likes him.
Yeah. That's awesome. So how's your year, Jeff? Are you guys knocking out of the park? We got growth, or are we stable, or
Actually not. We did really well for the last 3 years. We saw 20% growth year over year.
that's a lot.
Yeah, it is. And it was, it can get a little overwhelming. We held all the we're seasonal up here. We typically slow way down the end of November,
Uh-huh.
creep into December, then shut right down January, February. Most years we'll start up, the first week of March. This year it's been a slow start.
Yeah.
We spent a lot of time with our admin staff in the off season, putting in new tech stacks, doing like all the business stuff, a lot of processes, kind of realigning a lot of stuff. So we're really set up for the next stage of growth. Just this week, we advertised for an outside salesperson full time for
Hmm.
commercial. We've got CSRs running this year, calling all the our customer list for residential. Getting that up.
Yeah.
So we are really set up to start growing again. Ideally, I'd like to see us double in size over the next 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
And then
Have
who
you
knows?
noticed a difference working directly for management companies since COVID?
Yeah, well, things have slowed down. I mean, we're not doing things.
Yeah.
I'm
But it
sure.
seemed to me, I worked for like 13 management companies for almost 20 years, and then COVID hit, and most of our buildings were like, look, we're budgeted for this, so we don't care if there's nobody in the building, just
They're
do your
pocketing the
job.
cash, dude.
Well, they have to keep the money spent, and then outside of COVID, I found that the like the bigger ones, CBRE and whatnot, Marin Hunter, are just searching for the cheapest freaking price they can get.
We're seeing some of that.
Yeah, it's like I'm bidding all these jobs and getting none of them, and I'm like, and jobs that I management changed and I lose them, I know what they're not getting. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But they're not making a change for a higher price most of the time.
No, we hear the complaints. Our property managers do the whole merry-go-round thing like everybody's do. And
Yeah,
when they go from one company to the next, you try to, hopefully you're going to stay with them and take on the new buildings and not leave
yeah,
the old ones. We've been pretty good with that.
yeah.
Having the good relationships with the property managers and
Yeah,
plumbers.
I'm sure you have a track record like I did, because I would get in I would get a notice that the management changed or the building ownership changed and they brought in inside management, and then usually you'll go in and talk to someone and they're like, we looked in a file cabinet and you've got proposals and work orders here for over 20 years, and at that point they're not going to fix what's not broken. You know what I'm saying?
What we found where we lose is, we're so close to Chicago. We're 2 hours north
Hmm.
of there, our Madison and Milwaukee markets. And it seems like when they bring a property manager up out of Chicago, they want to stir the pot. They want to try to find the savings. So they bring some
Yeah,
labor out of Chicago with them. And we lose the job. But
yeah,
inevitably, within a year or two, we're getting a phone call. Hey, we're just really not happy with these people. But then they've got these budgets like, hey, this is all we have.
right,
And
right.
we're like, man, we can
They
shave.
they want you to do it for less
Down.
than when you first started
Yeah,
working for them.
yeah,
Yeah,
and it depends on who they are. Sometimes we will. There's one that we're working on now where we're trying to jump through the hoop to meet their budget, but we're definitely educating, and we haven't gotten it yet, but we're trying to educate them that we can't survive like this.
Right.
yeah,
We like doing business with you with the last buildings you were at. We want to continue that relationship and be your provider. You know what we bring to the table.
right,
You're going to be very happy with our services. We will try to jump through your hoop this time, but we need a long-term commitment here where,
right,
where we can start getting what we need, where your budget improves, and we'll share our numbers with you. So we're not going to rip you off. We're going to show you,
right,
but we have
right.
to,
This is why it is this
yeah,
price. Right.
if you want a company that you can keep year over year, you got to build, it's got to be sustainable.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my market, Palm Beach, and West Palm and whatnot, people are coming up from Miami, which is 2 hours, south. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I know what I was getting, and I couldn't drive 2 hours to do. All the guys can't drive 2 hours each way
Yeah.
and make any money. I mean, but
Man, I've seen your Florida number. There's no way we can come down there and work. I can't pay.
yeah, yeah,
There's so much undocumented labor,
yeah,
and people working without insurance under the table,
Seth.
yep,
working five-store, five
Have insurance.
contractor chains.
yep.
A pool guy doesn't.
You got people that are just,
Yeah.
I can't pay my guys, let alone make any money.
Well, I had right before for 12 years before COVID, I had an exclusive condo association. It was very high. Put it this way, Alan Jackson has a unit in there, okay? My guys, they would call and go, Unit 4C has another complaint. Not that the windows are dirty, but they're not done enough. And we're like, we do you twice a month. It's 4 buildings. Each one takes 2 days. Nice little job. And so one day one of my guys drops down and standing on the balcony is Alan Jackson. And he's like, holy shit. And he goes, I didn't recognize him first because I didn't have the big cowboy hat on, but he goes, I'm the one that keeps calling and making you come back. And he handed one of my guys $100 bill, and thanks for what you do. So it makes you feel good. Well, long story short, COVID come. They shut off all window cleaning for about a year. And then I was like, they haven't called back yet. Send an email. Yeah, we've made a change. We're going in a different direction. Now, it kind of bothers you when you have a job that long. We actually worked with the anchor company to put anchors into the building where we want them and everything. Not that that matters, but you know what I'm saying. Next thing I know, I happened to be on the island and I seen the Trauma Hawk land in the field. The first cleaning of the company that came in and slashed our throat.
Yeah, an accident.
Guy went over the wall without his safety on and went right through the chair, right to the ground. It was only five stories, but still, nonetheless. And they had to ambulance him to a field for the trauma hawk. And I'm like, that was a good decision. You know what I'm saying? We were there, never had an issue.
5 stories is still 50 feet plus,
Oh
right?
yeah.
That's a
Well,
long
yeah.
way. Jump in the water at 50 feet. That's no fun.
No,
Let alone hitting the
no.
ground. I can't
Yeah,
imagine.
you got
Right.
shoes on.
Right. Right. Well, I used to have a building manager that was when I first started, and he really liked me, gave me a lot of work. And he was a building manager in Chicago. And he used to tell me he'd have average of 1 to 2 jumpers a year. And he goes, you always knew what it was, because he said the building, dropped about 20 stories and then came out and dropped another 15, 20 stories and then came out again. And he goes, and you would hear this thud that would resonate through the building. And obviously that was probably 25 years ago. Most roof access is, not easy to get. Nonetheless, he goes, yeah, it's an experience to see that. You know what I'm saying?
Apparently, there's a lot of jumpers in Madison because of the university. I know a few firemen that get called out on calls, and they tell me the stories, and they're like, it happens so often. They keep it out of the papers. It's not publicized.
Yeah.
They start screwing in certain buildings. They'll start screwing the windows closed on the student housing.
Right.
Because these kids are just under high stress,
Yeah.
They get a bad round of grades or something. And
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt. Finish your.
No, that's it. I'm done.
I have a question for you, and see if you agree with. I think I've talked about this once, but I don't think I've talked to you, and your input would be very important to me. We once bid. There's 3 20-story towers down here that are condominiums, and each one of them has a pool deck on the roof, right?
Yep.
Tiebacks are recessed into the parapet walls. Open the door. There's your hookups and everything. Straightforward. And when I bid the job, the reason I didn't get it was I told the board or the association that when we're here for 4 days on this one tower,
shut them down.
we own the roof.
Yeah.
Nobody's coming up on the roof. And they said they refused to shut the pool down. I go, someone's having a bad day. I don't want some kid playing around my ropes, my gear, my equipment. And they told us flat out, we like everything you had to say, but we're not closing on. I go, the guys that are doing it now have no issues. Nope, we've never had a problem. That bothered me. We've never had a problem.
So I feel the same way you do. When we're on a project, we own the roof. Nobody gets up there without going through my foreman.
Right.
because the way OSHA stands, you're responsible for anybody on your job site.
Right.
So depending on the roof, a lot of times if they want to come up there, we've got to harness them up.
Right.
Now we do some student housing, some private student housing around the university here that have pool decks and jacuzzis and the game rooms up on the roof.
Yeah.
And in the summertime, everyone's out in bikinis and having a good time and drinking. And I've got a lot of young people that work on staff.
Yeah.
And, one thing is they're distracted pretty hard. And the other is these kids are up there drinking, and so I didn't think about it the first time through. I probably should have, and walked up there and there was a party scene going on. And after that, I had them shut it down and explained, the conversation we're having, and they've agreed to it ever since.
Yeah. I had a building manager call me and said that AT&T was there. They want to check on one of the repeaters. I go, okay, send them up. I'll be waiting in the stairwell. The guy gets up to the roof and he looks at my shirt, he looks at me, and he's like, what? And I go, what? And I go, I got guys working on ropes up here. He goes, okay. And I go, well, it's my roof today. I go, I'm not going to babysit. I don't need to be baby. I go, I'm not going to babysit you. I'm just going to observe what you're doing up here. You know what I'm saying? You're not. I go, I don't know you. You could have just walked up here and said I'm with AT&T. You know what I'm saying?
So way back when we started up back in, I don't know, when were we doing the Cook County contract?
2009.
Like 2009, 2010. Cook County is the county in downtown Chicago. And an RFB went out for all the government buildings. And we were such a young company and small. I went after that RFB thinking there's no way in hell I'm going to get it, but it's going to be a learning experience.
Yeah.
I'm getting the damn thing. We're non-union. And back in Chicago is a union town, even for the window cleaners. And so to pierce that contract, what I had to do is put out ads in the papers that were looking for industrial rope access certified window cleaners. Well, especially back then, they didn't exist unless I created them.
Right.
So that got us through the union thing. But then there were all the urban legends in Chicago where you start crossing union lines, your ropes are going to get cut.
Yeah.
So the first couple of years we did that contract, all those buildings, I had a guy down there. His only job was to put his back to the penthouse door holding a baseball bat.
Right.
You don't have this t-shirt on, you're not coming through this door, period.
Right. That's pretty sad that you had to do that.
Well, we lightened up, they are urban legends, but you don't know, we're next out of the Northwoods company.
Are you still involved in do county work or no?
Do we do county work?
Yeah.
We don't do Cook County work in Chicago. We don't work downtown Chicago anymore.
Okay.
Numbers are just too low.
We did a county job. It was the Broward County Library, which is like 12 stories. And it's an easy job. It's got one area, a big giant sunshade comes from like the 4th floor all the way to a point. And we got, that was the last thing we did. We scoured it and scrubbed it and cleaned it off. And they even sent me a letter somewhere in here that said how happy they were with the service and everything looked great. And of course, it's like 90-day terms with them. But I just found that. So the next year we had first right of refusal, and it's a public bid. So someone goes in and knocks off $200. They're going to get the job unless you will take the hit. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yeah,
I don't bet on stuff like that.
Hey man,
Yeah.
Mike Nichols wants to know what's your favorite Grateful Dead song or your top 3.
Touch of Grey is awesome. Box of Rain, most of the normal stuff. I really like Sugar Magnolia. There's 3. Yeah.
Okay. There you
Thanks,
go, Mike.
Bud.
Any more brain busters, let us know.
I had dinner with Mike down in Nashville with a bunch of the WCR gang, and we were talking Grateful Dead.
Yeah. Mike's a sweetheart.
Yeah, he's all right.
Good people.
Yes, absolutely.
He's okay.
So how are you going to pull off doubling in size? That's going to be a major task, especially for Heather.
Eat a lot, buy bigger pants.
Growing, and that's this off season has been so important because we're really structuring, getting a chart of accounts set up, getting our business structure set up right, looking at how we're going to scale. We've never put on salespeople before. We've never done a lot of marketing for.
You're scaling, and Seth's not in the room.
Once we get dedicated outside salespeople going, we're going to pick up some work.
Oh yeah,
and spread out enough markets that we
definitely
have to really,
It's going to be tough for him based on what you're telling me, though, because I think you guys are at the upper echelon of the industry, which comes with a price. And generally, like I worked for a guy that hired a salesman, and I was like, "What the fuck is this guy doing?" And what did he do? He went out and started cutting prices, and we were getting threatened on the streets. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like,
Well,
"Hey, man, don't go in there if the windows are clean."
so I guess your question's kind of twofold here. One, we've got the pay structure set up with a guarantee that you cannot live off of.
Uh-huh.
And then everything is commission based. And to reach that commission, you've got to hold, the profit margin, the net that we want.
Yeah.
Get paid out on it. So you can't just go in and undercut work.
Yeah.
And on the other side, we are never the lowest bidder for the most part. We go in and educate clients. We don't throw other companies under the bus ever, but we do go in and educate our clients on what their liabilities are.
Right.
I'll typically open with the multi-employer citation policy, which if you go into OSHA.gov and just put multi-employer citation policy in the search bar, you'll find it. But that defines 5 different types of employer. So us as the contractor bringing people on site, we're defined under 3 of those definitions. Them as the building owner or property manager that hires us, they fall under 3 definitions because we're their employee.
Right.
So you've got these owner operators like, hey, I'm not an employee. I don't need workman's comp. Bullshit. Or OSHA doesn't apply to me. Bullshit.
Right.
Yeah.
But OSHA then uses that multi-employer citation policy to show how they're not only going to fine the contractor, but the building's going to get a mirroring fine now.
Yeah.
Right. So once I start pointing out all of their liabilities, then I go through with our compliance package and I have outlined every regulation, every liability, and how we're mitigating that. And so we become the obvious choice. A lot of times don't even know what those liabilities are.
Right. They don't. Yeah.
But I feel like if could I walk into a market like down by you and start taking work? Probably not as much as I can up here. But there's a lot of markets where we walk, there's people doing work over 300 feet all over the country that they don't have an industrial rope access team. They may or may not be RDS certified.
Right.
So RDS, for those people out there that don't know, is rope descent systems, with a authorized user training by a qualified person that's documented. You can start up an RDS site. Now you're an authorized user. That you're under the proper supervision of a compliant person, and your project is set up by a qualified person. You can compliantly work up to 300 feet and only off of engineered certified anchor points. So if you don't have anchors or you're over 300 feet, you are non-compliant. You can take fines. Now, to use anything other than anchor points or go over 300 feet, you need a full-on industrial rope access program. That doesn't mean you get to be a Sprat 1 and you can go do this. You can't even have an industrial rope access program unless you have a level 3 on board, because that's your qualified person.
It must be very frustrating to bid against you.
It's supposed to be. We are not the lowest bidder, but once we start pointing out these liabilities,
Yeah.
We become.
Well, it makes sense. Nobody wants a death on their building or an accident on their building.
Well, they don't even want the OSHA violations. And
Yeah.
we're not, a lot of the time when I start doing that, they'll look at me, okay, this guy's going to blackmail us. He's going to start making phone calls to OSHA, right?
Right.
But I don't. I flip it over really quickly. It's like, as your contractor, we're your consultant.
Yeah.
You can approach us for anything that's going to happen on the outside of your building, and we're going to help you become compliant in doing that.
Right.
If we can't offer the service or bring the service to the table, then we're going to help find the right person for you.
So what are some of the other things you would point out non-window cleaning related that might not be in compliance on a building?
Well, a lot of RF antennas.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of radio waves coming out of those things. And
right.
When you walk up on a roof, there's signage, that you only have so long of exposure. They don't want that.
Yeah.
There are jobs that we will shy away from because coming up before I even knew all of this as just a technician, I remember getting sick in front of the things way back in the day. And now they're 5G, right?
No shit.
Yeah.
You would get physically ill.
Yes, you'll feel very nauseous.
Those things are radiated. Yeah, they're like radiation.
There's big
signs
I never
on them.
thought of that. Man.
Well, I can tell you this, and not to interrupt you,
through,
not to interrupt you, Jeffrey, but more than one building manager has told me that the rooftop is the most profitable, least space on the building.
Wow.
Okay, because AT&T pays to be there, T-Mobile pays to be there monthly, like thousands of dollars.
So they're killing us
with
RF signals, and they're putting stuff in the water to make the frogs gay. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Rivet.
Yeah.
So you got a couple options. One, you suck it up and you do it. You get out there and you get sick. And when I was working, I would take on those chances. There were times when I would do aerial lift work, or I'd be playing operation between lines, right? And you could feel the hum on the wires, and your hair would stand up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not on site anymore. There's no way in hell I'm putting my, people that I'm responsible for in those places. So your options are either have them shut the roof down, shut the RF systems off, what they don't want to do because the entire building, all their internet gets shut down and everything else.
Right.
Or you have to have them spring for sensors, which are monitors that you wear. And then after a certain amount of time, a certain amount of radiation, they either an alarm goes off, a light comes on, or sometimes they turn color. And it's like, all right, you're done. You're out of here.
Yeah, you got to go.
Next guy in, right?
Right.
Wow.
It would be dangerous to be around them on a daily basis.
Yeah.
There's no protection or any insulation or anything from that, huh? You're just
the one
exposed.
thing is
wow.
When it started, this is just what I noticed. A lot of them were on
That's why Marc's
the
so
outside
short.
of the building.
It stunted his growth.
Yeah, kind of decorative, but now they're all on the inside of the parapet walls or on small towers in the middle of the roofs. So you have no choice but to be near them if you're cleaning the windows.
I used to justify it before I realized once 5G started, they're really strong.
Yeah.
Really?
Back in the day, we were only in front of them when we're dropping our ropes, getting the rigging done, then we're getting over the wall, right? And we're out of blast. But they're so powerful now. It's just not cool.
There's some kind of like a lead blanket or something you could throw over it. I guess it wouldn't matter.
Probably wrap yourself in tinfoil or something.
Right. Dude, that's crazy. I never thought of
like
that
a Jiffy Pop. Yeah.
As a hazard on a roof. I never thought of that as a hazard on a roof. That's nuts, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other things, we used to work in wind up to like 40, 50 miles an hour, and it didn't even fade. Like we'd kite out, turn our shoulders, blow away from the building, turn your shoulders, come back in. It was fun. Nowadays, OSHA shuts you down at 25 miles per hour. You got to get out of the wind.
Right.
Yeah.
We work in rain. We don't need a snorkel. We're not stopping. But lightning, stupid shit we used to do with lightning. We used to do the 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, and we figured 5 Mississippis. Oh, you're good. Between the
so do you believe
Unfortunately, I still do that.
I do that. Oh my God, it's 5 miles.
It's learn now. Lightning can travel 40, 50, 60 miles across the sky.
Yeah.
Now we have technology. We've got Weather App Pro. You set up a 30-mile perimeter, and it shows the lightning strikes.
Yeah.
They start being inside that perimeter to shut it down because we're not going to be the lightning rods.
Yeah.
I mean,
what about ropes over lightning rods? Issue with that? The copper, that stranded copper that connects them all together?
No, I never had a problem with putting rope over anything that was not if it's not in movement and it's not abrasive. I really didn't care. However, now guidelines say you're supposed to put protection in place anywhere the rope comes in contact with the building at all.
Yeah.
So we didn't used to use edge plates. Now we use metal edge plates, that are tied back. A lot of companies are still using carpeting, which still dents the parapet,
Yeah, if it's styrofoam and stucco.
You can get up on a building, it's like, oh, look, all my drops are marked.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen people cut into that, yeah.
Because that's where their building leaks, is under the parapet then.
Right.
Yeah.
So we use metal now. And then even with the carpet, when you're pulling your ropes up, you're singeing your rope. You'll see the burn marks on the carpet, you got burn marks on your rope.
Right.
Where your rope singes up, it's no longer elastic. That weave won't stretch like Chinese finger grips anymore. So you shock load that, and that's where it's going to rip and break.
Yeah.
Learn something every time Jeffrey's on.
Yeah. I know.
Right?
It's all scary shit too.
It makes me feel stupid.
Well,
other things I see that
you do that to yourself.
Yeah. I know.
I do that to myself too.
Yeah. You guys just work in a different world, I'm in a unique world that everybody doesn't get in all the time.
Yeah, ground guys for life.
If you guys worked in this and this was your life, you'd know more than I do,
No.
I don't think
Jeffrey,
anybody,
I might know half of what you know, maybe at this point.
Yeah.
Well, classes, I take people from never seen rope before to people with 30 years experience or more. Everybody learns something, but I learned just as much.
I think that.
But Jeffrey, can I ask a question? Who do you like more? Do you like the 30-year experience guy or the newbie when you get him? Who do you enjoy more?
Well, I enjoy the conversation with the 30-year guy because we have a lot of life stories to talk about. But I have more fun with the non-experienced person.
I think you'll teach a non-experienced more because he doesn't have it in his
Jeez,
head how
Mark never
he's doing
shuts
it.
up.
I hear some of them. They're pretty receptive because we're not only just showing them something, we're showing them, and I never say this is wrong. I'll
Right.
say, like, you know, that's not wrong, but this is better because.
Yeah.
Once they see the because, they're like, oh shit, you know,
Yeah.
I didn't think of that. And we simplify things. Like our systems are not like how crazy can
hell
you make
yeah.
them and how much
Sappy
what
Joker
what
works
can we
for
not take
Jeff.
away?
He
How much
said
simple
ground
can
guys
be.
for life.
But
He
I like
says,
the new guys because I don't feel anxiety anymore
hell yeah,
for traveling
brother.
around the country, right?
Mhm.
But so I've got to live vicariously through their fear, and I enjoy that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
well,
know who
that was
Sappy
more my
Joker
question.
is,
Wasn't
but
like
that's
who is
rad,
better
dude.
to train. It's just like at your, you know, you've been doing this what 30 something years,
35
30.
plus.
Okay, I feel like now you're in the stage where like enjoyment of your work is important, and that's more what I meant was like, is the new guy more enjoyable, or is like the seasoned vet more enjoyable?
I get enjoyment from both.
Okay.
You know, all the way across the board. It's really more about personality than anything. And it's such a unique environment that we work in. People are really very receptive. It's not like I'm teaching a class where eyes are glazing over because you don't want to be there. Everybody wants to be there.
Yeah, and it's an interesting topic, even if you never pull the trigger and go over the edge. It's well, I guess to a window cleaner, I would say it should be interesting.
You know, a lot of the stuff I teach a ton about safety, obviously, but a lot of the stuff we bring to the table is really about efficiency. And so
Mhm.
I'm showing them ways to make their job easier, to make their rigging more repeatable without having to pull ropes, ways to, you know, hit areas where anchors don't exist and triangulate things. You know, I'm showing them ways to be efficient, make their jobs easier, and so their ownership, a lot of times they're in the room, are going to make more money.
Yeah.
And when their life becomes easy, they're fresher at the end of the day. They're happier with their families.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting.
Mm.
So, do you want to touch upon, because I know from what I saw, there was another death where a water-fed pole went into a power line. Are you well versed in the electrocution things that are going on nowadays?
Man, I hear about it like you guys do. You know, it's not like I got a pipeline or something.
Right.
But I hate the shit, you know.
It's going to be more and more frequent, even
Yeah.
with the advent of the safety training,
It's
because the amount of water fed and inexperienced people out there.
so, you know, even for the ground guys, just because we have to give authorized user training to do what we do, so do you guys. If you've got employees on ladders, they need documented authorized user training. If you got somebody using a skill saw, they need documented authorized user training. If you got
Yeah.
somebody using a water fed pole, they need documented authorized user training. And that all includes a work plan and a JHA, a job hazard analysis. I mean, if you're sending employees out to places where they're not doing their own walkthrough and signing off on things, then you need to be doing it for them.
I say
Because
that
they look at power lines and
every time I
distances.
do a video or a piece of content with a water-fed pole. That's one of my very first things that I
I
mention.
mean,
is
didn't we just
walking the
lose a
job
guy?
site. Yeah, walking a job site and making sure you're aware of any hazards.
Make
You know
a
what I mean?
checklist.
And
Check
I
it
work
out.
by myself. You know.
Yeah.
So you know, even if you're an owner operator, you need to be doing that.
An owner operator is still an employee of whoever hires them. You're an
Mm-hmm.
employee of the homeowner,
Correct.
right? And if
Mm-hmm.
you're not carrying workman's comp,
Mm-hmm.
then they're liable for you.
Yeah.
If you're not insured properly, they're liable for you.
Oh, I got the insurance out of my arse.
I don't mean you personally, brother.
Now, you say that all the time, but I know you're fucking directing all your negative comments at me too.
Here's what you need to
Just
learn
kidding.
from being on the show
I'm
for
actually
8
only
years.
looking
You
at
can't
you
take
and the
it
screen. You can't tell
seriously.
that.
Can't take it
I feel you
seriously.
looking at me, dude.
TJ will get you every time.
But Heather, you know, she has a lot to do with putting the compliance packages together, and we've had issues, you know, where we have to revise things and come up with better checklists and do things to keep tightening up the ship too.
Right. So before every job, a foreman or a supervisor walks, you have checklists and notes on every single job that you do, telling what the hazards and potential risks are, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
Not only that.
Now, is that what Heather does, or she coordinates that, or what is it exactly that you do?
Well, right now I'm serving as the office manager and
Okay.
kind of whatever Jeff tells me.
Okay.
Oh,
I have an admin staff, and one person does all my commercial documentation. So I'm trying to take the bird's eye view, making sure that everything's being utilized correctly, making
Right.
sure that if we need to make adjustments, that we're getting those down the pipeline.
So when the employees, I'm not sorry to interrupt you, but you'll be answering this. The employees sign a packet for on a checklist for the jobs that they do.
So yes, we've got what we call our compliance package.
I was asking Heather. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, go ahead. Go ahead, Jeff.
Shut up, Jeff.
No disrespect.
Jeff, we want to hear from Heather.
Like Jeff was saying, the compliance packet that we have put together every single day, every time that employee dons their equipment, they're going through a checklist.
Smart.
Set up
Okay.
the first rigging scenario, they're going through that checklist. Anytime throughout the day that rigging scenario changes for them, they're signing an additional checklist.
And the foreman's signing off on it.
Wow. Wow. So everything's done in duplicate checklist wise.
Yes.
Nice,
so
man.
They're doing the same rigging sequence. Like after their first drop, they're continuing on the same rigging sequence. They don't need another one. Right.
Yeah.
But a compliant person has to sign for an authorized user. And so if there's going to be a lot of change ups or things that are more interesting in the rigging, a compliant person will do it because they can sign their own checklist off.
Okay.
You know, not only are they showing up with a full JHA, but then the foreman, while everyone's donning their equipment and doing their checklist, that hey, I inspected this today for that, I inspected this today for that, and and signing off on that, he's doing a walk around on the roof to look for. He's got another checklist to look to see if anything's going on that's changed.
So every rope and piece of equipment they put on, everything is inspected daily.
So it's inspected daily before each use.
Okay.
And it's inspected quarterly in the shop.
Okay.
By a competent person in the shop. All documentation is kept for the lifetime of that equipment in a binder that lives with that kit. If something gets service or damaged, it gets taken to the competent person to inspect it, and they're either going to say, "Hey, that was that wore out from normal wear and tear. Here's a new one." Write down the serial numbers. That goes into service. The checklist starts up with that. The old one gets locked out, tagged out, deformed, so it can't get used anymore. Locked away in our storage room.
So.
Nice.
Can I ask a stupid question before, Mark? How do you know when a rope is done as someone who doesn't do high rise? Like, how does a competent guy how's the whole process work for them?
Well, the rope is inspected every time it's being paid out over the edge of the building, right? Or being pulled back up. You're running it through your hands. You're feeling for frays, feeling for lumps in the rope to see if the core has been
thin spots,
anywhere. So that's happening. And then quarterly, it's getting inspected and washed in the shop. So you've got every piece of equipment has manufacturer's instructions. Okay, the manufacturer's instructions now actually supply a checklist on how to do an inspection on their piece of equipment. If it's rope, if it's a descender, if it's a carabiner, whatever. So the number one fine OSHA gives is called a general duty violation. That's for using a piece of equipment outside of its manufacturer's instructions. Okay. Because the manufacturers have tested it to be used in that way, so they've got product liability insurance on it.
Right.
Okay.
Now, the only time you can use something outside of the manufacturer's instructions is if you're under the guidance and supervision of a qualified person, which I am. Okay. And there are some things that I will do outside of manufacturer's instructions, such as like our seat boards. We cut the waist straps off of them the second we get them. Because it's the way we're going to use them, but we also take them out of life support because we're directly connecting to our descender versus just sitting on the board like that's really needed. Right. So with the rope, the manufacturers will tell you how long that rope can be used. Some of them will say from the time of manufacture, it can be used until this date. Some of them will say from the time you put it in service, it can be used for this long. That's another thing that I will take on the liability for my teams. We typically don't retire rope by manufacturer's instructions.
It's like 2 years, right? A lot of it.
That's kind of 2, 3 usually. Yeah. And it always say depending on use.
Yeah.
But we're inspecting our stuff so often that I'm going to pull it way earlier than that if it's damaged in some way. But if it's not and it's serviceable, we're going to keep using it too.
Mm-hmm.
How often do you wash them?
Quarterly.
And how do you wash the rope?
So we chain it. Marc probably knows what that is. The rest of the
chain, yeah.
This chain is just looping it back through itself in a series of loose knot.
Yeah.
And
like you would do an extension cord.
Right.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So like you pull one end, it comes apart, you pull the other end, you gotta like reweave the thing. So we do that, and then we use a top load wash machine.
Okay.
And then ours has a spindle. You can use one without. You cannot use a front load because it'll bang the shit out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So then we leaf it in back and forth without actually wrapping the spindle. One rope at a time, up to 600 feet. And then we use Dawn Free and Clear because it leaves, stuff in our
No
rag.
perfumes, no dyes, and it's soft on your hands.
Yes, and so that's what we use for our cloth. So we use the same thing for our rope. You put it on a cycle of cold, you pull it out, you drape it up in the shop, and by the morning it's ready to be rebagged and go back to work.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: if you say kit, each guy signs out a kit. Is that the same? He uses the same rope all the time, or he uses whatever kit is for that job?
No, we believe in complete individual kits. Everyone is marked individually to that person.
Because each guy's going to be different with things.
Yeah.
So everybody is checked out the exact same kit. We do not allow personal gear to come into our systems because we have to be responsible for every piece of equipment that's used. But furthermore, if I come in to do a pickoff rescue on somebody because they're incapacitated in some way, and they've got some descender or some item I haven't seen before, I'm like, what the fuck is this? How do I everything has to be the same for safety and for inspection compliance.
Familiarity and all
everybody
that
gets
stuff.
Their own kit that's checked out, color coded to them, every single item uniquely identified to its place in the inspection scheme. Now, with the buildings that we do in the upper Midwest here, most of our stuff is 300 feet and down, which is standard art stuff, right? So we check out a set of 300-foot ropes with 2 to 3 what we call tag lines, 40 to 50-foot pieces, various things that we use, fall restraint lines, things like that. So that's theirs. It's in a bag. We bag everything. Nothing gets left out. Now, for bigger jobs, we've got, I don't know, probably 9, 10 sets of 600s tucked away in our shop. And we'll check those out individually for jobs over 300 feet.
Yeah. You guys have a lot of gravel roofs up there, or mostly membrane?
We used to have a lot of rock and gravel, but everything's pretty much gone.
That's the worst thing for a rope. I used to. Yeah. We used to bag our stuff. We buy those big sea bags because they'll easily hold 600-foot daisy chain. Yeah. And then I had other guys that didn't want a daisy chain and they have their way of rolling it up. But I'm like, you're literally rolling it up on a gravel roof in the grit. I go, you have no idea what you're doing. It drove me nuts.
So is that why the rope is washed so often? Is the grit like stuff getting
Yeah.
That'll make the rope wear quicker.
Well, when you get inside your rope, your descent device, your rope you want it to be elastic. If you shock load it, it has to stretch to take the impact loads off your body, right? If it was a static and it can't stretch because it's all,
your body's going to take all that shock.
You're going to snap, right?
Yeah.
And another reason is your descent devices all work off of friction.
Okay.
And so that's sandpaper going through your rope grab, through your descent device, everything stuff out a lot faster.
Yeah.
Then also, window cleaners. Our rope is always wet, right?
Right.
So you're as you're squeezing it out, you're wringing that rope out. You're wearing everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
So clean rope, clean person, clean gear. Everything lasts longer.
Makes sense. Right.
I always tell people, every piece of equipment we buy is the very best you can possibly get. We don't skimp. Our people are pretty spoiled in that way. But if I'm going to give you the Ferrari, you're going to keep that Ferrari clean.
Right.
You're going to be responsible for that Ferrari. We're not giving you, the beat up Bronco in the Ferrari.
Yeah. Dude, no, it makes sense. Man. I mean, if you've ever dragged a rope past a penetration that has
it's a Bronco.
The flashing on it with the tar. You ever done that?
Even walking through that shit's nasty. That just to begin with. I'm glad that, me and you came up in that stuff where in a hot, you're sticking to the roof.
Yeah.
You're just putting your shoes, you destroy your jeans when you kneel on it,
Right.
Especially back when we were using like canisters and cylinders.
Yeah.
Right, putting some tarred up rope through a cylinder, you're stopping.
You're done. Yeah, you're done.
That shit's nasty. My grandpa was a union tar roofer in the probably late 40s to the 80s. And I mean, they used to, the burns that guy had was just,
my cousin Tyler used to do
crazy.
That.
Even those asphalt guys, the torches out there and just melting tar and wearing it.
Tell me they used to put liquid cocaine in their eyes when they did tar roofing back in the day in the 50s and 60s before they knew how bad it was to try to keep you from getting burns, which is nuts.
These kids these days, they don't know how good they've got it.
Right.
No.
They don't know what suffering is.
No.
You need to suffer a little
No.
bit.
I think
Yeah.
you
A little
do.
bit.
Yeah. Yeah. Life is
Kind of blame society on helmets.
life is
anyway.
not
I'm
worth
a
living
proponent
if
of
you don't
helmets, but
suffer a
not
little
everyone's
bit.
welcome.
You need to
Yeah.
suffer.
They still fight helmets in South Florida. I've yet to see a high-rise guy wearing a helmet in South Florida.
I've trained some that are, but they're
Yeah.
far in between.
Yeah.
It seems like that old adage where like the old guys look, oh, wearing a bike helmet is gay or whatever. I'm like, dude, at some point your life's worth more than like being cool.
So, we were one of
dude.
the companies in the country, even back before Green Window Clean started up when I was working for Brightway in the days. We started wearing helmets before I even started up. And we'd walk on a construction sites, and that's just it. These macho construction guys, oh, you ride your bicycle to work?
Yeah.
But now you walk around a construction site, they're all wearing the exact same helmets we are now.
Yeah.
I'd rather be dead and cool than alive and uncool, brother.
And it's not about going into a sailor dive and you're going to save your life. And it would protect you from something coming off the roof, which doesn't happen.
Yeah.
But if you go into a shock load because of a main line break or something similar, your head is going to hit the building or structure.
Yeah.
I can train you till I'm blue in the face
Mhm.
to do a self-rescue, a pick-off rescue. I can show you 1,000 rescues that you memorize, but you bash your head up, it's all worthless.
I used to get shamed all the time because I wouldn't take my shirt off while roofing, and I wore sunscreen. 3 of the dudes I work for have got melanoma so bad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure a Scottish dude should wear a t-shirt.
Yeah, I gotta wear. Yeah,
man.
well, I made a
Yeah.
mistake. I made a mistake this past summer, where me and Jennifer, on one of my weak moments, I started drinking tequila with Jennifer one day, and we sat in the pool all day. And I have new spots on my back. You know what I mean? Just from that one time in the sun. So I have to be super careful. I'm fair-skinned.
Another thing a lot of high-rise guys, and actually ground guys too, don't really think of. Is their
Oh,
eyes.
dude, don't ever do that. Stop. Just say
your
what you're saying.
eyes,
Don't say
man.
ground guy.
But you're
like
the one that
that.
brought it up.
Don't. Why do you say it like that, though?
Jeffrey, don't take him
Because we're
seriously.
beneath
Right
him.
now, I like when I rub
Can't
your
you,
little nose.
can't you tell that I'm insecure already, dude?
Yeah, dude.
So my old man, when I was growing up, he went into the eye doctor because he was seeing spider web vision over his eyes, right?
Uh-huh.
Looking through spider web.
Sunglider.
And the eye doctor says, well, I know what you do for a living. He's like, really? How do you know that? And he's like, well, you're a welder and you're not wearing your mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the window cleaner, that's refraction off the glass.
Yeah.
I wear sunglasses.
Don't wear cheap ones. Wear good ones.
I do.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Polarized. Polarized, baby.
Yeah, I wear
Polarized.
I wear polarized glasses. I got me. I went out and got me some primetime sunglasses though, dude. So I look like
Oh, you got
Coach
the
Sanders.
big
I got
Viper
the
ones?
big
You say prime
giant
time, you mean like
gold
Neon
ones,
Dion?
dude. Those are cool.
You get the pit viper suits?
Yeah, dude, they're rad,
It's
bro.
probably got those big Sally Jesse Raphael glasses going.
Mark from his booster seat talking shit.
Yeah.
You better.
I'll be right back. My kids are teething like crazy. So
Give them a frozen
I
washcloth.
think that's I'm just a ground dude, but I think there's a lot of that stuff like overlooked. When you're a ground guy, guys don't think about really being safe. They don't think about little shit like that, like being out in the sun too long, not protecting their eyes, not watching where they're walking with their water fed pole. Like I really drill that into my videos. Like, if you're gonna move around the side of the house, collapse your pole, man. It doesn't need to be 40 foot in the air when you're walking around the front yard. What are you doing? You know what I mean? What are you doing?
Ladder work and now these ultra long carbon fiber poles.
Yes.
That's way more dangerous than what we're doing on rope.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's right. I mean,
the most dangerous podcast on the internets.
Residential rooftops are way more dangerous than doing high rise.
Yeah.
I've got so many friends. Well, so many. I've got enough friends that have fallen off of residential roofs and it's changed their lives permanently forever.
Well, the interesting thing that, and I'm glad you said that, Jeffrey, and I know you don't soapbox do a lot on Facebook, but you know how many posts I've seen of guys walking roofs on residential, and then some other guy goes, "Oh, I don't see any fall protection," and I'm like, "Okay, so if since you're suggesting that, what do you plan to do for fall protection on a 20-foot roof?" You understand what I'm saying? Tied to a tree, stick something down
Well,
stove pipe. I mean,
they sell
Those
ridge
gutter hook
anchors,
things.
and they also sell eve anchors now too.
yeah,
Where
but I just
it's
don't
like
see a
they
lot of
clamp
homeowners
to the
allowing
eve
you to
and
put
go
holes
over
in their
top of the
roof.
roof. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
don't
again,
don't fucking poo
if
poo.
you
Don't
give
poo
someone,
poo
no,
fucking
I'm
roof
gonna poo
safety.
poo on it. If you give
Snug.
somebody 30 feet of rope and a harness,
Uh-huh.
what is he gonna do with it? That's the point. That's my point.
Take it to the next level, Mark. What are all these Christmas light people doing? You
Oh
know,
yeah.
and
Oh
they're right on the eaves and all
yeah.
all the precarious places. Now there's so much gray. There's gray area though when you start talking about like that goat ladder,
Mhm. Yeah.
or like a ladder with chicken hooks on the top that you can hook on the ridge line.
Yeah.
Technically, ladders are the big out. You don't have to be tied off to shit, you
Yeah.
know. So if you're on a ladder, then you're gold. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
at least compliantly, it doesn't make it a whole lot safer.
Well, I don't know. I'm not going to speak for you, Jeffrey, or your employees, but most of my guys, when they became very proficient with high rise, would much rather drop on a rope than climb a ladder all day long.
Once my guys start getting in chair work, I can't hardly get them to stand on the ground and do anything.
Right.
They get
Right.
so prima donna so fast. They get so spoiled so fast. And I love them
Trust
all.
me, we know. We know how you guys are.
We are.
We hear about it all the time about how you guys are so much better than us.
Mark reminds us weekly, so
Yeah.
You know,
No,
ladder work is hard work, man.
it is.
I grew up climbing a 40 at like 12 years old and carrying it around buildings and shit.
Fuck
And
that
it
thing.
beats the shit out of you.
That thing.
Well,
I got
but
my 40-foot ladder out a month and a half ago, and that was the first time it'd been out of the shop in 5 years. Fuck that thing.
and you know what, T, you're 100% correct. You set up 3.5, 4 pieces of ladder,
Fuck
and
that
then you
thing,
lean
man.
it up where you
Yeah,
want it. You make
yeah.
sure it's secure. You don't just run up it like you did when you were
No.
20. You look at it for a
That
while and go,
40-foot
oh,
ladder, dude, it took every ounce of manhood I got, brother, to get that one
yeah.
stood up. Man, that was
Yeah,
a
I
motherfucker,
worked for a
brother.
guy that had a 60, and the 60 would only go like 48 because of the overlap.
Yeah.
Overlaps.
It was
Dude.
almost like 48 feet to the top. I'm like, how's this 60 feet? You
Yeah.
know? And it
Yeah.
took like 12 people to set the thing up. I mean,
I got up to the top of that ladder and I was like, what the fuck am I doing, man? This is so
yeah.
stupid.
So 60 is a
Duh.
40-foot with another 20-foot fly that's removable.
Yeah.
I had a 48-foot ladder in the shop.
Yeah.
With two 24s,
Uh-huh.
but the bottom section's like double heavy duty.
Right.
And
Yeah.
it's smaller and slides into it.
Uh-huh.
That son of a bitch takes an army to set up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So much heavier than a 60. It's
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
just
I remember
I'm just
I
not
worked
a
for a
huge
guy.
fan of that ladder, the 40-foot ladder. I just, you know, I don't know what I'll be honest with you, man. I didn't want to pay to have a lift. You know what I mean? I was like, oh, it's just two
Yeah.
windows. I'm
I
totally
got
gonna
I
40-foot
got one
ladder
to tell
this,
you,
and then I'm
Jeffrey.
like at the top of it, and it's like 3 degrees outside, and I'm like, what in the fuck am I doing?
I wish Diego was watching right now. You guys know Diego Garcia.
Yeah.
Back when he was working, and I shouldn't even be talking about this, but back when he was working with me, we had a situation like you. We were in an atrium at a school, and I didn't want to get a 45 and
Uh-huh.
weasel doors. So I got 11 sections of stack.
Stack ladder?
I had never seen a stack. Well, I've seen them, but I'd
Yeah.
never owned one before. I ordered 11 sections of stack.
Oh, okay.
Holy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah.
And so me and Diego's a big boy.
Yeah.
Me and him together put that up and, kept pushing it up and getting the one underneath.
Uh-huh.
And then both looked at it and I'm like, don't worry, brother, I'll climb
It
it.
was flat to the building.
And Diego was on the bottom just so it
Yeah.
wouldn't slide out. So I started climbing that thing. And first, you break in,
Yeah.
Yep. And then it goes up.
broke in, and so now I'm climbing straight up. And then the top turned out. So now things like a C.
Yeah.
Right? I
Bro.
stopped right where I was. It caught, and I stopped right where it was, came right back down that thing and said, nope.
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro, what were you
But
doing?
ever since then, now we've got shit tons of stacks for a residential tax. Otherwise, I never done it.
Yeah.
Dude, what are you doing? That's such a bad idea.
It was a
company-
Oh my gosh.
The company I worked for had a an employee set up 6.5 or 7 pieces, and then one of the yokes snapped, and he was at the top of it and shattered his ankle.
Oh,
And that the boss kept that snapped yoke on his
uh,
desk as a reminder. But
I'm a
that
firm
same,
believer. I'm a firm believer in 3 pieces a stack, 4 at the most, man. Anything
yeah,
outside of that, what are we really doing, man? Just get an extension ladder. What are we really doing?
So the company I worked for before I started my own, there were 2 different guys on sites that I were on that you get comfortable. I mean, the waterfed poles didn't exist.
Right.
So, well, they did, but they were in an archaic style still.
Yeah.
yeah,
It was a big metal. But so everything was off of a ladder, hooking a leg, reaching out with a pole kind of stuff. And everybody got comfortable, and 2 separate guys that fell off of ladders. They both, instead of landing on their side, landed on their feet and both shattered their shins.
yeah,
Neither one of them walks normal today.
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Jeez, man.
That's that same guy that I worked for. It reminded me of the story because you said you had all these ladders together. We went. I remember he picked me up and another guy, and we went in his truck. He had the 40 on the ladder rack and a couple sections of these ladders, and we pull into this building that's 4 stories. And I'm like, and again, this was before the advent of the water fed to what it is now, right? And I go, well, how are we going to do the 4th floor? And he goes, well, I got the 40. I go, that thing's 36 feet. And then you're going to pull it 8 to 10 feet off the building. We're not even going to get to the bottom of the 4th story. And he's like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like, okay, hot shot. I'm like, I'm working for you, pulling a paycheck, and you don't understand that that's not a 40-foot ladder. Long story short, he sets the thing up, and it doesn't even make it to the bottom of the windowsill. Well, then, of course, he goes and gets the pole, the brilliant idea of the one hand. I go, I'm not doing that. That's not happening. So he brings the ladder down. This motherfucker takes a 8-foot headpiece and ties it to the 40 on the piece that goes up.
Dude.
Right? So it literally goes like this, and then it goes like this. And he goes, I go, listen to me. I am not fucking climbing that, And he goes, we used to do this all the time at the company I work for. I go, then you have experience with it. You climb that motherfucker because I am not going up there.
That's so crazy.
And I was like 20 years old.
A guy that actually I got my very first 0 degree from. His name was Randy. He's a high rise guy. He did a lot, worked in Cleveland a bunch. And he had 6 pieces of wooden stack ladder that he used to bring all the time to this one job that we did. And he would run up those. And this dude, I bet you he weighed 120 pounds with concrete boots on. You know what I mean? Like, skinny bastard. He'd stand all those pieces up and walk around with that thing in the wind. And it, like, I've never seen, it did the strength to weight ratio made no sense to me. And he'd run up and down those wooden stacks, and he's like, "Hey, I'm starting to get tired. You move that ladder for me?" And I grab it, and I'm like, "Dude, how in the hell are you moving this?" So I'm a big guy, you know what I mean? I was shocked, but yeah, dude, just the shit that this guy would do. I'm just like, dude, He's like, all you gotta do just go up and go over. You go up and go over. I'm not. I will move the ladder for you. You do all that goofy shit. I'm not doing none of that goofy shit. None of that.
I wish I don't know if Chuck Jonas will ever watch this. He's a longtime window cleaner as well from northern Wisconsin here, who I used to work with back in the day. But the 2 of us worked for a company where we did a big inside atrium, same kind of thing you're talking about, Mark, where the 40 wouldn't get there. So we used pipe clamps, like the hose clamps that you threw down.
Yep.
And we would clamp a 24 to the top of a 40.
Oh God, yeah.
Now
I think we
everyone
all work
knows.
for someone like that.
Everyone knows that you're supposed to use ratchet straps, dude.
Right.
Everyone knows.
I actually will say the company that I worked for because, pardon my French, fuck them. When I was 19, I worked for this company called Cliffhangers out of Boston doing high rise work.
Oh, I know their owners.
Yeah, all right, yeah, Paul and Pat West. Yeah, fuck both of those guys. Either way, no, I actually
work with Nick Long.
I used to work for him. Yep,
and then I worked for those guys too for a while.
Yeah, well, so Nick Long got trained by them. I worked for them after. Boston's like a intermarried system. I worked for like Paul, Matt Pierce too, like Pierce Property Services.
Yeah.
I worked for him. I used to run his residential division for 6-7 years before I went out on my own. But Cliffhangers, Pat was a wild man. He just like, guys, run rickshaw. We used to do a movie theater where underneath it was a parking garage, and he's like, just set up a 60. So we rented a 60. We used the truck to throw it up. I was the youngest guy. They're like, you go up. I go up. They're like, here's a pole and a 60-foot ladder. I had to climb up, and they're like, I was like, dude. And then they were like, they didn't shut the parking lot off, so cars are like going around the ladder. I just fucking threw my shit at the next car that almost hit it, and I was like, dude, I'm done. That was like the last day. But yeah, I got sent on a 60 with a pole. I'm like, dude, how am I supposed to do this? Like,
No.
I had been cleaning windows like 18 months, 19 months at the time. Yeah.
Put on a seat harness with the tether, climb the ladder, because that's all we had is seat harnesses back then.
Yeah.
The tether around the rung, clip it back to yourself, so now you can lean back with hands free, and then double handle pull.
Yeah. Oh, God, no more.
That's nuts, man. Yeah,
no way.
That's stupid.
Letting go of the ladder is scary as hell.
You know, most of the time you had somebody footing it. There were a lot of times when I was
Is
on
this
a
the
40
technique you did that you teach at Safety Green, by the way? No.
Stupid.
As a kid,
Here's what you do.
I didn't have anybody to put it, so we had two 25-pound plates draped together with a ring of rope, and we just hang that over the rung.
Oh shit! Yeah.
I've done a
That's some cowboy
I've
shit.
done a couple of back the truck up against the ladder moves before. You know what I mean?
I mean, it ain't going nowhere.
You know what I'm saying? I've done a couple of those. You know what I mean? I actually, my first 40-foot ladder, I had to get cut up and sell for scrap because I backed the truck too far back and fucking destroyed it. That was an expensive
Well,
mistake.
that same guy that tied the ladder, that same 40-footer, we were on another job, and he was a big dude. He was 350 pounds. He could, like your buddy, he could walk around with that ladder like it was two pieces, you know?
Yeah.
And he comes off, he's like, I'll move the ladder for you so you don't get tired. You're going to do the climbs. It was third story work, and we had that thing stretched out, and he pulls it. It was like a type 1, you know, is it type 1 that's real heavy, or the type 3?
Three.
It was a type 3. It was a good ladder. And he brings it up off the building, and he kind of stumbles back, and it gets away from him. I go this way because I see the ladder going this way, and it goes into a palm tree and bends like a U. I got in trouble because I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was stuck in the tree, you know. And I'm like, "What are we gonna do now? We got to go get another 40." He's like, "I'm taking this to a auto body shop to put it on this frame machine." I go, "I'm not getting on that fucking thing."
That was a right.
I gotta be honest though, like I feel like you're a wild man using a stack at 3 stories. I'm like, I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? Like if you're doing interior work or whatever, but I'm like exterior 3-floor stacks.
Well, see, look, here's the thing.
That shit is so narrow and bouncy.
Here's the thing.
Extension for that.
Here's the thing.
Sorry.
We still will do 5-piece, 5 to 5.5. Okay, but you put that half piece in the middle.
2.5 stories.
Put the half piece in the middle. It takes a lot of the bow out of it. Okay, but I don't remember the last time we did it. But 3.5 is really good with stack.
I'll use an extension.
Stack up to 4
high-rise
pieces.
month. We're doing a ladder episode,
right?
I know. Well, I mean, almost every high-rise guy I know is got a set of stacks to get up.
Listen, dude, we've been suffering through 4 weeks of this shit.
Are you guys little giants now? I mean, it makes sense. Yeah,
those got to be dangerous. Though I pinched my hand in one of those, and I literally threw that thing out.
Click, click, baby fingers.
Oh,
I use the gorilla ladder.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Yeah,
same
I'm
shit.
sorry, but I'd like to
Werner
think my
extensions,
ladder's not sold at Costco.
That's all I use. Werner extensions. That's all I use. Aluminum Werner ladders. That's all I use.
Extensions are my favorite.
Or 3 pieces of stack.
And they're more stable than stacks.
Yeah,
the little giant is more versatile. Like step ladder. I mean, yeah, dude, I use it all the time.
It's great. Yeah, it's great.
They're heavy, but they're so damn useful.
Yeah.
Well, like compacted, they're like kind of easy to carry because all the weights
you're
kind of just
compact.
Wheel
Right.
Well, I don't need a ladder rack. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jeffrey, have you ever seen those? You ever seen those telescopic ladders? I gotta ask, how is that even remotely?
Never touched one.
Illegal.
Those things are dangerous.
I haven't looked at them in a long time, but I used to see like the spoofs on TV where they collapsed on.
Yeah.
That's enough for me. I'm not trying.
My favorite is the TikTok videos. The kids like climbing these. Like
if they work, it'd be awesome.
They get out of their like escort and they're like walking up with their thing and and then they get on it and it fucking bows like really bad.
I own $1 million window cleaning company where I water fed 3 screens. No, I have a telescopic ladder. I'm like, dude, suck a hole.
The funniest video. the funniest video I've ever seen, and I'll send it to you guys. I'm sure you've seen it. It's like it looks like QVC, and they got the little giant type ladder, and it's shaped like a eight, like a C. And the guy gets on it, and the woman's standing there, and it goes click, and he goes, now it's locked in. See, and then he completely eats shit, and she actually laughed. So
No, the best video on the internet is when the lady's stomping the grapes and she falls out of the grape barrel and she hits the ground. She goes, whoa, 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 whoa. That's the funniest video on the internet.
Yeah, that's good.
So
I mean,
have
that's like
the one-
15 years old at this point, but yeah, it's so good, dude.
I'm sure you've seen the ones, if you're carrying a ladder, you can get in anywhere for free.
yeah,
Yeah.
If they're carrying a ladder into the movie theater,
Yeah.
they walk right to the,
Yeah.
to the stadium.
I have
walk right
seen that,
to-
yes.
Like, what are you guys doing? Just carry a ladder. They can do whatever they want.
that's true.
I saw guys stay in like 5-star hotels doing that. He just dressed as a contractor and carried a ladder, and he's like, I got access to the pool room. I went to the gym. I went over here. I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, get away with
I
that.
once got into an AC/DC concert with my ladder.
Dude, if you get a vest on, a high vis vest and a ladder, they'll probably let you through.
Yeah.
You know, we ran
we had
Heather
it-
off. I hope you guys are happy.
She's like, I'm done with your ladder talk.
You got to take a personal break for a minute.
No, of
We had
course.
a building that had a 120-foot atrium, and we went in there with the Dinka lift, and they didn't want to spend enough money to keep that lift for more than a week. So we did what we had to do. The lift went away, and then the fire inspector came, and he wanted to inspect the smoke alarms. It was like 40 feet, but it was off of a landing. You know what I'm saying? Like you walked in and you can get an elevator to go up 5 stories, and then the smoke alarm was above that. So they couldn't get, nobody knew what peace ladders were. And you had to get him in an elevator to go up. So I'm like, well, he goes, my window cleaner has something that'll work. And I went and grabbed 4.5 pieces of ladder, and we go up there, and the fire inspector, he's standing there, and I'm putting ladders together, and he's like, this is safe. And I'm like, yeah, it's safe. I go, you're 35 feet. You're good to go. Dude, he went up that ladder. I got about halfway. I was footing it for him. And it was like, you ever feel that? I'm like, you know what? I go, what do you need, actually? He goes, I need a picture of the model number, serial number, or whatever on. I go, give me your phone. You foot the ladder now. But I was like, yeah, he's not going to make it.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. If you've lived off extension ladders or
Yeah.
the rungs are smaller, it feels like
Right.
your feet can't really get
Yeah.
positioned well unless you're on it a lot, and it gets narrow. Like it feels
Yeah.
like
It
kind
does,
of
but
close,
when you grew up with nothing
On
but
it, yeah.
piece ladders versus extension ladders, like you guys have 10 times more experience on it. I don't like that transition from where it's 2 rungs to 1. I always catch that, and you know what I'm saying?
Oh, Jesus, what a pussy. Anyways,
hands on the outside, brother.
what a
or
pussy.
inside, whatever way you want to call it. Yeah.
God, dude. Rope guys are
Ladder
pussies,
talk.
man.
I
I don't like it when it transitions from 2 rungs to 1. It's so scary.
Mark's like, it's 2.5 steps for me on that one run.
Yeah.
You're looking at me when you say that?
Right?
You know what I was thinking just now? Randy, the wooden piece ladder guy, he brought over 4 pieces of wooden stack and leaned it against my flagpole, went up my flagpole and fixed my flagpole for me.
Hell yeah, dude.
That
That's
was
a good guy
awesome,
right there.
dude.
Yeah.
That was awesome, brother.
Your flagpole's pretty strong to hold 4 pieces of wooden stack.
And Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
my uncle bought it for my grandfather. It's you see my flagpole out my front yard, Mark. It's
I've seen it too,
Yep.
but
she's heavy. Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Seth, you have
I'll
been
tell
at
you
my
what,
house.
I
The only one
wish-
that hasn't is Tim because he didn't come to my birthday party.
There you
we had a
go.
2-story Burger King.
Yeah, but 2-store Burger King. I couldn't make it, brother. Sorry.
My dad had a partner that had a set of Alaco ladders. I wish they still made those. I love them ladders.
You've talked about them. I've never
Well,
seen them.
they're not completely boxed, so they're half the weight, and they were rigid. Alaco used to make, I don't know if they still do, all the ladders on fire trucks. So what does that tell you? They're good ladders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But when you find them, they want big money for them because they know you can't get
Well,
them
I've been wheeling and dealing behind the scenes, so you
Yeah.
can make me a half a piece from the
Yeah,
bottom. I
right.
need me a half base.
No, I ran into that guy, and I
Oh,
asked
you need
him
a
if he
half
still
base,
had 'em.
TJ?
Yeah.
I got 2. I can send you one.
I got half base.
I got a
Mark
half
said he
base
could
if you
make
need
me
it.
one.
I can make you a half base. Yeah.
I just have 2 of them, so you can
I
have
want that,
one.
and I
don't use
want a
them.
tall head. I want a tall headpiece too.
Yeah,
Tall
That
I
I
have
can't
two
catch it.
8-foot
I don't have the
headpieces.
tall headpiece.
I can get those at WCR.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
So
half pieces I borrowed from someone about 15 years ago. Now they're mine.
so
Finders
Jeffrey,
keepers, dude.
is there any new equipment coming out to market for high rise as far as
Ladders.
descenders and stuff? No, descenders that are upgraded or anything like that.
The new
Here
thing
we
that's
go.
coming out of the power are ascenders.
I saw one with a drill.
Yeah, they're pretty badass. We're actually getting our hands on 3 of them for a project we have coming up this summer. Actually,
Yeah, so
projects we have
You're
coming
gonna
up.
ascend instead of descend?
Well, you can ascend, which is great when you're staying in the air and transferring from rope to rope a lot. When you
Ah,
right, so you can ascend. There's a lot of buildings that have a really big footprint, or a lot of courtyards or something,
uh-huh.
where our turnaround time when you hit the ground to get around the building, come back up, re-rig is a long time.
Right.
So if you know, a lot of these have a huge footprint, but they're not that tall. So if you can come back up, right, have your drops pre-rid, come back up and just keep hitting them with somebody just rigging on the roof, you can really increase your efficiency. And
Oh,
another
hell
thing you
yeah.
can do is on big buildings, especially with pigeonholes, which are cans that go through an overhang so that the rope can go through the overhang.
Mhm.
Some of those now we'll loop them back up the other side through another can so we can just belay around and through to catch the first couple floors where we swing in. And then we can swing in lower than the regular drops.
So how do these ascenders work? Is there like
well,
what? Go ahead.
there's a lot of different kinds, but the ones that Mark's referring to are the kinds we're going to get because the price has finally come down. They went from like versions that were like $15,000 to $20,000 a piece.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Ouch.
Versions that are 7.
Uh-huh.
Now there's versions that are like $2,000 to $3,000 a piece. And these require just a Milwaukee drill. You stick
Get
in
out
it,
of town.
runs the cam, right? And
Yeah.
so
No kidding.
It's a climber. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude,
But now you
that's
can, like,
cool.
take your drill, stick it in, and up you go.
And that works on regular 7/16 or half-inch rope.
Works on 7/16. I don't know
Okay.
anything. They probably make one for half inch. I'm not in that market anymore.
Yeah.
But they're also really good for pulling rope, right?
Yeah.
That
And
guy's
then
making
even
me
before
go
these things,
down.
we were using. I've got a
Oh,
hard.
like from like rope that's already down and you're trying to bring it back up?
High rise guys be like, me go down.
RDS guys.
Up's got to be crazy, though.
RDS guys are pretty much down only, but our industrial rope access guys go
But
up.
you know what, Jeffrey?
Dude, that's
I'm kind of
fucking cool,
thinking
man.
I'm kind of thinking with equipment like that, you're going to get guys that I say this, take a Jeffrey Scott employee and teach them how to use that versus now someone's got something that they can get to a place without all that experience. You understand what I'm saying?
I think it takes just as much.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, and this is just me thinking here. I mean, would that cause this new Ascension device? Would that cause like undue, like premature wear on the rope?
It
Do you
could.
think?
Some of the older ones liked some ropes better than others.
Okay.
Stuff with a loose sheath, it would bunch up and you could wear stuff out faster.
Uh-huh.
You definitely are still going to inspect before and after use, so you're going
Right.
to know what's. But yeah, I can see it wearing out rope faster.
Okay.
So you pull yourself to the top of a building theoretically, right? Or up under a parapet. Does it go down the same way that it goes up? Or
Nope.
do you transfer to?
Nope. You're on the same descender. You take the drill out and you skull it. It's just got a special bit in it and just stick it on
Okay.
cover. And then it's got a regular handle. It's a regular.
Oh, okay. So it's up and down.
It's a descender. So you can all the new descent devices, which you're probably aware of, Mark.
Mhm. Yeah, I am.
Mark, you can ascend on. They'll
Yeah.
recapture rope.
Yeah.
That's all it is, except the camel turn on the inside by the drill.
Aha.
Dude, that's
Well, that
use
wasn't
that
worth
power to get
$11,000 though. I think it's worth $3 or $4 grand.
That's what there were. Yeah. Well, the old ones were different. The old ones, so the new ones, they're like a regular descender. I can load one mid-line on rope. Like if I could transfer into one, right? Like you could from descender to descender.
Right.
But the old ones, you could only end load because they had double wheels inside, battery out. They're much more machinery to operate the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And you had to charge a battery for that.
First one started off basically like a cable chair, like a swing stage chair with the
Right.
chairs that you hold and go up the cable. It was just
Yeah.
like your wheels running the rope, right?
Right.
Versus the rope going around a cam.
Right. Right.
having a bend in it.
Right. Now, in the event that you don't have that big, 6.0 or 9.0 Milwaukee battery, you run out of battery power. I'm assuming you just
Descend out.
disconnect it and you can come back down.
Well, you don't have to disconnect it. Now it's a regular descender.
Yeah.
You run out of battery, now you're just back to every other.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. That's interesting. You think that's going to be a big advancement in the industry?
I think it will for people who have the training to use it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a huge thing in the industrial rope access world.
Yeah.
It does a lot for you in RDS. I mean,
Now, what is the weight limit of something like that?
everything got 5,000 foot-pounds, man.
5,000. Yeah.
Everything's a minimum of 5,000 foot-pounds.
Right. Right.
To be compliant.
Interesting.
Well, technically, to be compliant under OSHA, it's got to be 5,000 foot-pounds. The biggest shock load you're going to put on with a short lanyard is about 1,600 foot-pounds. And so if you've got the right engineer on board writing your use plan, or you're a qualified person, you're writing your own use plans,
Right.
and you weren't under OSHA guidelines, you can use a lot less.
So does it climb relatively fast, or like you would use the low gear of the drill?
So the winch I had, like I would use a big Milwaukee hog drill in the top of, like most sailing, it's like a sailing winch. So one direction, cams at one speed.
Right.
The other direction, the winch still goes the same direction, but it doubles the speed. Now the drill's got high and low too, so you can go double, and that thing's pumping, right?
Yeah.
Thing on the, with the drill itself, you can't like over torque it. But you're gonna run your battery down faster.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would behoove you to have multiple battery packs on you, right?
Right. Interesting.
Yeah, you're not going to overcam it. And I think we don't have our hands on one yet. I've looked at them online. I've read the specs and stuff. They have like a spec range of the type of drill you can use.
Yeah. See, we used to have a condo that was 23 stories, and then with a tile roof, and then you drop down, and then there's a row of windows, and then it goes in about 12 feet. And there's 2 pigeonholes for like, I want to say 10-foot piece of stage. And we used to just get a man basket, a cable climbing man basket, and do it in 2 moves. Yeah, that would be perfect for something like that.
We used to walk the thing. We'd go up to the roof. We'd put a chain on the top of it, get lower out under the chain. They'd move the cable over, pull up the cable, hook the chain over, descend onto the chain. We'd walk it around the building.
Yeah. Wow, that's wild.
That's a long time ago. It was a single cable basket, and then it had 2 baskets that strapped to the outside of the main basket. So it's like a teeter-totter. And if you had a heavy guy and a light guy, the light guy'd have to put an extra bucket of water on his side. So like move and clean windows, you kind of get that.
Yeah. Well,
sorry, were you looking at me when you said that?
What's that?
Were you looking at me when you said that? About the heavier guy? Why do you keep attacking me, Jeffrey?
Dude, you've slendered out, my dude.
You can't be that heavy. You're not very tall.
Yeah, he's shorter than me.
I'm 5'11".
Standing up right now.
I'm 5'11".
6'5".
But the one we used to have,
he gets free lollipops at the.
We used to rent it. It looked like an underwater cage that you get in with to see sharks, and it had a big thing that came over your head with a pulley there. And it tried to balance you, but anytime you move, that thing was all over the place.
Like getting your sea legs.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
I'd much rather be on rope than on a stage any day.
Yeah. Too much mechanical
I'd
issues.
much rather eat things because I'm fat.
You just descend faster, man. You'd be quick.
He's down real fast.
Yeah. Super fast. Me go down fast.
When D was on rope, D's a big guy. He was like 280,
Yeah.
Wow.
He was doing just fine. He was actually really quick.
Who, Diego?
Yeah.
He's not like
his neck is nuts.
he is a big.
His neck's like
he's like
it's like a triangle
guy, man.
He's a wrestler, man.
Yeah,
Quick on his feet. He's got hands.
Yeah.
He'll surprise you with his speed.
Yeah. He's also one of the nicest,
like a brother,
scariest looking guys I've ever seen in my life. Like, he's scary to look at, and then you meet him, he's like the nicest guy you've ever met.
Now he's Mexican. His great big beard thing.
Yeah, I get random messages from Diego every now and then. That's like, "Hey, are you still gay?" Yes, I am.
If you're watching, man, I love you, brother.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah. Are you still interested?
He's the best, man. That was one of my crowning achievements in this podcast is getting Diego to do a podcast with us. That was super hard to do.
Oh yeah,
super.
He did
hard.
not
You
want
guys
to,
remember
but he did it.
I worked on him for.
Didn't you pull up his wrestling pictures too?
Yeah,
I feel
yeah,
like
yeah, dude, it was
you
awesome.
pulled up like his high school
He's
wrestling
all like,
pictures.
"Rah!"
Dude, he looked more like a man in high school than I look like now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I was like, damn, all right, dude, yeah.
Got two little girls now, so he's soft teddy bear.
Oh yeah. Well, I met him at a convention in where were we?
Tampa?
Branson.
I went with you.
Branson.
Yeah.
We met him in Branson in person.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was super chill.
Yeah, super chill, dude. Super chill, dude.
He looks scary when you meet him, and then you meet him, and you're like, all right.
Oh, okay.
He's a nice guy.
I mean, I'm sure he can be scary if he wants to be.
Yeah, he didn't want to be, so that was great. I enjoyed that part.
He was very nice.
Yeah,
very
cool, super nice. Yeah,
very chill. Did not want to really have too much to do with anything that was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like everybody's kind of like palling around and stuff. He's just like, like in and out, and that was it,
I think in Branson, he came and he crashed on my couch.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Me and TJ drank about 15 Bud Lights together, and we had a good time. I missed my flight.
Yeah.
I missed my flight.
We killed that one dude, Fluff Daddy. We killed Fluff Daddy. That YouTuber, Fluff Daddy. We killed him, dude.
He's like, he fell asleep. No, Mike Nichols. Mike Nichols saved him.
Yeah, Mike Nichols saved him.
I knew Mike back then.
I think that's the first time I met Mike was at that convention.
Yes, that is the first
we had
time
talked on the internet,
person,
but I had never met him. But yeah.
And after that, I started getting that smell good. Yeah, he sends me that stuff in a bottle.
Yeah,
it's
nice. I like patchouli.
2 parts patchouli, 3 parts Grateful Dead smoke.
It's one of my favorite people.
3 pinches of Jerry Garcia's beard. What's that?
Mark, are you still doing a lot of high rise or any?
No. Right after COVID,
you're doing some right now, though. Well, you're doing mid rise.
It's only 5 stories. Yeah, it's only 5 stories, but that was a good opportunity that I give them. I don't want to do it price, and they're like, we're going with this guy because of his experience, and they knew other building managers. But like I said, after COVID, I lost 2 high-rise guys. Still have one, and I saw what was out there for labor, and I just didn't have it in me to deal with this anymore.
Oh, Mark, that was one of the biggest challenges we had as a company.
Right.
We did it through COVID. We kept everybody busy, borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, then getting buildings, then the condo towers would beg,
Right.
We kept everybody working, but that year after COVID, we had a whirlwind of events happen with our staff. I don't know, we'll do 7 or 8 guys back then on rope, and we lost everybody.
No kidding.
And some moved across the country for kids. Some had do anymore. All different reasons.
Yeah.
So started that season up, and what was that? 2020, 2021.
2022.
We had about $800,000 worth of work. We were about half the size we are now, and I didn't have any staff. I had none.
Wow.
Back out in the field as a much older person, and it beat the shit out of me. At the same time, trying to learn how to be a leader and train, and it really forced us to systemize everything and get that pipeline going so that we're never in that position again.
Yeah, the labor for me was always the struggle and personality conflict and all that. You know what goes into everything.
Can't imagine nobody not being able to get along with Mark on a job.
I get along with I got him.
Honestly, I feel like if I work for
that's
Mark,
why I don't. That's what I'm saying. I can't imagine
my attitude.
I can't imagine. No. I'm saying I can't imagine nobody not being able to get along with you.
No, I've never
reasonable guy. Jeff, on the
guys
other hand,
that have
seems
worked
like
for
a real
me.
taskmaster.
I've never wanted to fire anyone, but I catch you stealing.
Yeah. That's a bummer,
I have
dude.
no problem stealing.
I mean, I feel like COVID messed up a lot of us. Like I was at the point where I had 4 or 5 guys, and we were doing like 775 when COVID hit. We went down to just me, my brother, and one guy who's worked for me the entire time I've owned the business for 2 years. And it was a very scary, humbling experience. And then it's grown back up. But,
I don't think anything.
that was
I don't think anything's returned to normal.
No.
Blessing in disguise for us.
Yeah.
Because instead of, back then, before then, I was hiring, what I called top guns from around the country. Like, hey, I'm the best guy in Miami. I'm the best guy
Yeah.
over here in Jersey. I want to come work with you guys, right? That kind of shit. And everybody brought baggage and attitude, right?
Mm.
Yep.
Everybody, Donna,
Yep.
shit didn't stink. So we started hiring in a way for personality, for mindset, and training for skill set, and it's changed everything. Right now, our company culture is probably our very strongest asset. It's
Nice.
such a beautiful place to show up. Everybody loves each other.
Right.
Everyone's
So most of the guys that you trained after COVID are still with you. That's the new crew.
yeah, pretty much. That
Yeah.
had some come and go.
You
Life
know
happens.
what? For me and Jeffrey, you're also familiar with the rates down here. I mean, and having buildings for 20 plus years through 3 ownerships and 4 management companies, and you're still standing. And then COVID hits and 2 employees go. And I went to the guy, Marc, that still works with me today. He's been 18, 19 years with me, phenomenal all around window cleaner from high rise to anything else. And I sat him down. I said, you've been through the ups and downs with me. What do you think? What would make you happy in this company right now if we're going to continue this? He goes, me and you and a helper. That's it. He goes, I'm done with the fucking personalities. I'm done dealing with someone that tied one on over the weekend and doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Done giving half my lunch to someone. And I go, you know what? You got the patience of a saint. So for that, that's what we're gonna do. And I'm happy where it is now. I mean, but I also started to realize that, you know, a lot of those jobs, unfortunately, were cash flow. It kept me going. It kept the payroll going. It kept the expenses going. Kept the
The
equipment
people
there.
paid, but the company didn't thrive.
Right, exactly. And window cleaning doesn't pay enough to do jobs for cash flow. I'm sorry, not where I am. And I kind of started to feel towards the end that I was the ringleader of a circus. You know what I'm saying? And a ton of money was coming in and a ton of money was going out. And I sleep better at night, not worried about all
So
this. I
you're
have building managers see me all the time.
uh,
You get that crew back, you come back anytime. I mean, that's the relationship I have.
right.
That's what
But
we have now. You know, it's it's taken a lot of evolvement, a lot of personal evolvement.
mhm.
Company can't grow until we do, right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to look yourself in the mirror and say, man, I've got to change, you know. And
Right.
once you start taking steps, everything does change. And not only me, but my admin staff and Heather sitting here
Yeah.
grown so much.
Yeah.
We've been able to really start showing career paths on how people can grow up through the company and move on, but and we can take on new things we're not doing. And
Yeah.
it's come so far that in our in-doc meeting this spring, we actually gave an in-house course on emotional IQ.
Mhm.
Which sounds cheesy, but
It's not. We
and I
did the
thought,
same thing
we
this
did the
year.
full course, and then I'm thinking I didn't think they were going to be very receptive.
I might need that class.
Afterward, a guy, one of our
We
guys,
both do.
it's such a privilege to work for a company. He's like, this is some pretty highbrow stuff, and we're all so receptive to this.
Right.
Afterwards, they're wanting emotional IQ stickers for their helmets and shit.
Can I come and skip the rope stuff and take the emotional IQ class?
We just hug.
Oh, we can hug.
Yeah.
Brother, all you gotta do is give a
Sweet,
hug,
dude.
dude.
Yeah,
Can you get
I
your
had
arms
another
around me?
I had another window cleaner. TJ knows who this guy is. He'll feel. And I met with him. He's got 40, 50 employees. I went to do some glass repairs. And we were just talking, and he says, I don't know, sometime the term attaboy came up, right? And I'm like, what is an attaboy? He goes, well, if someone shows up every day on time, doesn't get any complaints, they get an attaboy. And an attaboy could be, a $50 gift certificate to Starbucks. And I go, he's like, you don't do that with your guys? And I go, no, they're getting paid to do this. I don't need to give them an attaboy. Yeah, I'll take them to lunch here and there. We'll hang out a little bit, but
Well, you can
I'm
see how
not going
those
to give someone a
attaboys are working
bonus.
for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's culture is a lot.
Yes.
They need a
I
lot
mean,
of
as Jeffrey said, like culture is
It's the
is
people,
everything
man.
that
The
matters.
people,
But
the
it's
people
like
make the company, man.
Yeah.
you also gotta be like. I mean, for me, I had to realize that like my time sitting on the truck micromanaging guys was over, and I didn't want it to be over. And I had to like learn marketing. I had to like learn all these things I didn't want to do, but like when you have 5 guys who are like eating off of you, and like you want to have 7 guys
It's a
that
lot
eat
of
off you,
responsibility.
it's like you have to do shit you don't want to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
Like I had to
You're
learn
into some weird
KPIs and
shit.
SOPs and all this fucking weird shit. I was like, this is all dumb. I don't want to do this. But like, the more I got invested, my guys got invested. And it's
Right.
like, you got to be real. You got to give a piece of a pie to your guys. You know what I mean? Or at least like show them that like, here's an opportunity. Like you started here, you can be here. Like if your umbrella doesn't hold everyone else's dreams underneath it, then you need to build a bigger umbrella. Do you know what I mean?
Holy
I don't know
shit!
if that
This
makes sense,
fucking
but yeah.
guy.
No, she's here every morning.
Fucking,
got-
he does some dryer vent cleaning, and we gotta listen to him
Jesus.
now.
I have
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Cleans a
Sorry,
couple
dudes.
dryer vents. Now all of a sudden he's got emotional
Jesus.
umbrellas.
listen. There's money in dryer vents.
I'm
dude. There's
Colonel
money in it,
Sanders. I'm
dude.
going to teach
My
you how to
guys like
build
cleaning it.
KFC.
I'm like, whatever. All right, I got you, dude.
Seth showed us like he made like $100,000 cleaning fucking dryer vents.
It's just all it is whatever you're doing is just marketing, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It is. I mean,
and
really,
it sucks. And
really.
I don't like doing it, man. I didn't think I'd sit behind a desk and like figure out how to market, but
Well, you're definitely
that's
doing
what
it.
my business
There's
took
no
me.
question
Yeah.
about that. You're definitely doing it. Kicking
Yeah.
ass, dude.
I'd rather be out
Under your
cleaning windows with the
emotional
dudes,
and your
dude.
dream umbrella is so large now, Seth.
Dude, no, I mean it's true. If you can't build an umbrella big enough to hold your guys' dreams, then you need to build a
I'm under
bigger
your
umbrella.
umbrella now, Seth.
You can
Dude,
be under
I
it
want
too,
to
dude.
know what.
And I'm
I
sure
wanna know-
Jeffrey's probably doing the same thing.
Jeffrey's got a huge dream umbrella, I'm sure.
You have to.
We grow people up into foreman position. Well, first, we start people out in a red hat, when they're trainees because they're a danger to themselves and everybody around them.
Mhm.
Then they've
They
gotta go
actually
through-
wear red hats?
Yeah.
Dude, that's cool. I like that. I had a
Right.
guy that I worked construction with when I first started out, when I got out of high school, left the trade school, got out, started working, and all the new guys, we all wore hot pink shirts.
I love it.
Yeah. 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 I'm like, why do we have to wear hot pink? He's like, so we can spot the dumbasses. You're all dumbasses.
And then they've got to go through skills. They've got a list of skills they got to accomplish that their foreman has to sign off
Right.
on, and then they graduate into a white hat.
So
I would like
how
to
long
say-
does that process take, Jeffrey, for the average person with decent hand-eye coordination to start from the red hat to become top dog?
From the red hat to the yellow hat, which means you're just a technician, is 6 months to a year.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's probably another 6 months to 2 years after that you'll graduate into a white hat. Now you're a foreman. Then beyond that, it's up, some people will keep moving, some people won't. We've got one young lady who's just phenomenal. She's moving into an operations role. She just took a train the trainer course for aerial lift. She does all our in-house aerial lift training. We're offering that as an add-on course to our RDS courses now.
Mm-hmm.
We've got another guy who's just now getting into a white hat as a foreman, but he is a climbing trainer at a local climbing gym and he's a guide out in the rock walls up by us.
Mhm.
And he's moving into my spot in Safety Green and is going to be able to start taking on these courses.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah, dude.
People up and through. And actually, one young lady shows a lot of aptitude. We've had a discussion with her. We're bringing her to the huge convention this year with some of our other staff, and her only goal is to learn Christmas lights inside and out, and that's going to become her division.
So are you going to teach Christmas lights or are you going to hang Christmas lights?
We're going to hang
Socrates. I'm going to
Yeah.
smack the shit out of
I don't
Seth
know how
when
to
I
do it.
see him
I
again.
don't know Christmas lights. That's why I don't want to do it. We've got her. She's going to do it. That's her job.
Christmas lights are awesome, dude. I love it. It's my
Christmas
favorite thing
lights
to
are
do.
the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Gotta learn.
Except you hung Christmas lights this year, didn't
And
you?
it was fucking dumb the whole time I did it. It
and
was
you made a
stupid.
bunch of money. And you
I
said
made
this
all
was
kinds
awesome.
of fucking money, but it doesn't mean it's not stupid.
Everything is
I'm not going
stupid.
to hang up one.
Listen, man, wrapping fucking trees with Christmas lights is the dumbest shit ever.
Everybody
And
that
then
you talk to said don't wrap trees, just pass on it.
Huh?
The tight wraps,
the
right?
first
The
the
tight
first
wraps.
three
Fuck a tight
the
wrap,
first
dude.
3 years of doing it, yes. After that, man, when you guys figure it out, wrapping Christmas trees is the
Seth
shit.
says that
Well,
from
here,
the
like
truck
just
with a
wrapping the
clipboard
old
in his hand,
tree,
mind
easy
you.
peasy lemon
I
squeezy.
wrapped the first 2 years, man.
But just doing like individual branch.
No, I mean, like,
Dude.
yeah. I mean, well, like once
I do what I
it's like
did.
anything.
What I did was a giant Christmas tree, you know, an evergreen tree, and then a
50
bunch
feet
of
tall.
yeah, it was huge. It's a
That
50
was a
foot.
big
It
ass
was a
tree.
50-foot tree. I wrapped first time I ever wrapped a tree, and then he's like, "Hey, you want to wrap miniature lights around these little trees?" And I'm like, "Hell yeah, brother!" And then about halfway through the first branch of the first tree, I was like, "I'm never fucking doing this again." And then I got
Except
the
next
check, and
year
I was
when they
like, "You
call
know
you with the
what?
money,
You know what?
dude. Yeah.
Well, next year, well, they've already hit me up. They want to do 12 more trees next year, so that's great. It's good for me.
My thing is though, is each year you get better at
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
I know what to
you
do
get
and
how to
what
do
not
it,
to do
dude.
this time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
trees
the big
is
tree,
what
we got it figured
separates
out.
you.
Yeah,
Trees is what separates you from every other Christmas light installer.
yeah.
Because nobody wants to wrap trees.
Well,
So if you, I mean, you're a high rise guy, you'll figure it out, man. You know what I mean? It's just height. Most guys don't want to go to height.
Yeah.
If you can
They
figure
look
out to go to
killer.
height,
When they're done, they look
you'll
so
get
good, dude.
supermarkets, you get
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
But what I'd like to do is once we learn how to do, you know, the residential thing and like you said, supermarkets and things like that, I'd like to have the propensity to start doing high-rise towers, doing water towers,
Hell
doing
yeah.
doing
I mean,
amusement
if you can stick clips in, high rise guys can do it, dude. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's easier than window cleaning.
doing bridges, all that kind
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's,
man. I mean, well,
the
you
key
have the
with that
height.
shit is just buying the right hardware for the job. You know what I mean? That's
Mm-hmm.
the key. Just buying the right fucking lights. You know, it's once you buy the right shit for it, it's so simple.
When I found out, like I ran all my numbers this year because I had to be a boring desk guy this year, and when I found out like what my profit margins were, Christmas lights was by far my highest profit margins. And my guys
I made
actually
so
enjoy
much
doing
money
it. And
doing that.
every time I do it, it's the only time I see people like, "Thank you so much for giving me a $4,000 bill." I'm like,
Yeah.
"All right, cool." You know what I mean? Like out of
Yeah.
everything that you do, they're excited that you're doing it. You know?
Yeah,
So,
Well,
it was
nice
nice.
you have. We'll take all the instruction from you guys. We don't know what the hell we're doing. We've never touched things before.
Listen, I mean, based off
set
of
me
everything
up
you
for-
told me, dude, you kill
Yeah,
it.
Seth set me up for on a road to success. I followed what Seth told me to do, and even down, I even measured the tree. He's like, measure the tree. I measured the tree.
Measure
he
it,
even
yeah.
I even got hooked up with the right amount of lights. I mean, it was perfect.
Next month is Christmas light month. Take it on.
Perfect, dude. Perfect,
Oh,
dude.
And have Christmas light people in because now's the time to set up for the year, right? Start getting all the
It is right
Yes.
now. It is. I'm
It is.
actually setting up a campaign for Christmas
Well,
in July.
I can tell you this.
It's
I
my most
mean,
profitable month.
The next 4 weeks should be Christmas light.
last year, the last time we went, Christmas lights at the Huge was bigger than window cleaning.
Yeah.
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 You know,
Your ticket, and normally how you set it up residentially is a 3-year contract, so they can hold the price. I'm like, let's say you pay at the most $200 to acquire that customer at an average price of $1,300 to do the job. After the first year, you've paid for all the materials. You might change 3-4 light bulbs out, a plug here and there, but like now that customer's worth $4,000. If I told you I'll give you $200, you give me $4,000.
It's so crazy.
I mean, it's just, and then if somebody's willing to spend the money on Christmas lights, they're getting their windows clean.
Yeah,
they're like, it has been a lead driver. Every single one of my Christmas lights jobs have gone for residential windows.
Well, this property
they're spending $4,000 on that.
This property that I'm doing the lights for, I mean, it started out cleaning their windows, then that turned into doing all their gutter work, and then that turned into all their pressure washing, and then that turned into now I'm doing their Christmas lights. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's
I mean that place is a home run for you.
Yeah.
Right
Who's your favorite supplier? Who do you get all your shit from?
So I'll tell you off air because I don't want.
Yeah.
I have competitors who listen to me, but I'll give you off air, and they also do
Training.
Training,
Yes.
and they're out of like 6 different places, so they're awesome. So
Dude, I have my lights. Dude, I have my lights in like fucking 3 days, dude. Like they're
well, they're all over the country.
Yeah.
I have one of them is like an hour and a half from me. If I order lights that day, I have them tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have to go through the huge
they
to
also
do the
do
training.
a payment plan with you too. So like it's not all
Yeah,
upfront
Christmas
cash.
lights
They let me
aren't
pay
easy,
like
but
I just paid off Christmas lights.
once you get it down, dude, it's stupid, but it's stupid easy money. It's stupid easy money. You just got to get it timed properly. Unlike this particular property that done it for the last 2 seasons, it's always when it's balls ass cold out. And I told him this last time. I was like, "Listen, dude, we're doing this shit in October, brother. I'm wrapping trees in October. I am not doing this shit in the cold again." He's like, "Hey, man, that's cool." He's like,
Well,
"We'll
no,
get
I
it."
mean, so
Well,
that's what we do now.
that's what his thing
We
was.
do
He's
the
like,
same.
"We'll wrap everything up high." He goes, "We'll come halfway down the trunks and we'll keep it like 2 foot off the base of the trunks. And when it's time to go, we'll just wrap the bottoms and
Well,
hook
like
them up."
that's what we do now. Is like so October, you save $100 off of what we normally do it for.
Yeah.
If you let me do it in September, you save $200. And then now I'm taking all this customer base that I want, moving it to this. Yeah, I'll talk about this off air because it's kind of boring and
Well, let me
stupid.
put this out there for everybody. I'm going to put my email address so everybody can hear. So you can contact me if you need any information, consulting, anything I can do to help you out in the high rise world, right? On rope, RDS, IRA, whatever. Is J Scott, JSCOTT at greenwindowcleaning.net. Now, I'll say it one more time. J Scott at greenwindowcleaning.net. That's for anybody that wants to contact me, you guys, or anybody out in your listening audience or the YouTube world that hears this later. But on the flip side, send me all the information you will on Christmas lights.
I got you, dude. I got you.
Out there, right? So I'm going to get all this information, hopefully, because I know I give enough of it away.
Well, that'll probably help your company out fill the void of when it slows down too.
That's what we need. We need to fill January and February.
Yeah.
The problem is a lot of us do. Here's what I gotta say: is take 20% of what you earn off that job, put it away, because that's what you're gonna pay to tear down and store. 20% of like your profit margin has to be. So my model is this: I am the highest price guy in my area by $4 a foot. I don't give a fuck. I charge more than anybody else, but what I do is I give you the best possible service you can have. If you call me at 10 o'clock at night, my guy's there at 6 o'clock in the morning, changing out bulbs, doing this. I'd rather build
on call all the time then?
Huh?
The people on call all the time then?
So on call, it's not 24-hour on call, but it's like to rotate 3 guys. Like Monday's your day, Tuesday's your day, Wednesday yours.
Okay.
What happened was the guys who did the installs, I would make them do the go backs, and they're like, "Dude, I don't want to do this." I'm like, "Well, then test everything before you're done." You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to go back, fucking do it right.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't want to be here. I don't want to be here.
Yeah, that's
I had
what
to
I
leave
did.
my kids. Wife is pretty mad that I'm leaving at 11 o'clock at night, but I'm changing.
So do you set up timers on those sets so that they don't have to mess with them? Comes on at
yes. So I am also one of the people that spends. You can buy timers for $10. I buy like $70 timers because they never break, they never go out. They're battery back, so if you lose power, like they are timers I never have to worry about, and they last like 4 to 5 years. So I'm like, I'd rather spend the extra $50 to not come back out to your house.
Right.
Well, yeah,
if I have to go one,
if someone has to go out for an emergency because of a timer, one time,
dude. Yeah, you the money. So spending up, and then my marketing ability. That's what I did.
Wow, Seth's got a terrible internet
Froze
connection.
up, Seth. What do you do with your marketing?
Huh?
You froze up. You said something about marketing.
Yeah. So I am now like I basically do all the marketing for my company at this point. So whether it's network groups, property managers, like whatever. Like I've been in business 14 years. So about 2 years got heavy to marketing. Had no idea how to do it, and I kind of still don't. I'm learning as we go, but that's kind of what the business called for. I had plenty of guys who could hang lights. I didn't have anybody who could sell it, so now I sell it.
Right.
Yeah, part of being a business owner, as everyone here knows, is your job is to do whatever.
Yeah,
nobody
you'd
else
figure some
wants
dude
to
with
do,
all that
dude.
dryer vent money had a better connection than fucking dial up. You know what I'm saying, brother?
No, man, I'm in the middle of the woods.
My
which is where I'd
AOL
like to be.
disc is running out, brother.
Dude, give me
If there's any
50
salesmen
free
out
more
there listening
hours
to
out of that
audience, we're hiring
server.
those too.
What'd you say?
If there's any outside salespeople in your listening audience, we're looking for a killer for large commercial sales.
Right
It's
there,
probably
Jay Scott
it'd
at
be like
greenwindowcleaning.net. It's on the screen there.
It'd be a six-figure position if you're good at
Six
it.
figures. You know what I'm saying? If you're good
Heck
at
yeah.
it.
I'm gonna get it.
Ground guys for life.
Jeffrey, are you a part of any networking groups? Like, do you do any of that stuff, like Chamber of Commerce or like
Seth has gone as far
Boma.
as Seth has gone as far to join a church to try to get window cleaning and dryer vent jobs. It's kind of gross.
I do free stuff for my church.
So honestly, Seth,
that's how he's getting into heaven.
an IRM or an IFMA in the Madison market.
Okay.
Milwaukee has a BOMA that's not real strong. And we don't do stuff in downtown Chicago, which has a very strong BOMA.
Okay.
Marketing groups, not so much. I do
I'm
a lot
part
of
a Ligma.
I'm doing like a huge mastermind group, which is so rewarding as far as like business building and stuff like that. But we've done little to no marketing for our large commercial company to date. Everything's word of month or just walking in cold.
Right.
That's what we're starting up
Are you
now.
door knocking?
I
started my company up by door knocking residential.
That's right. That's what I thought. I thought I remembered that from the last.
If I were to tell you to steal anybody, this is just a small pro tip. If you can find whoever does commercial sales for Verizon or Comcast, that's who you want.
Okay.
If you can, and they get paid like shit. They get really bad insurance. But they sell to like all the police departments, all of the fire departments. Like they are very good at that kind of work.
You gotta join
you
a
can
Ligma,
easily
Seth.
train them to do that stuff.
That's a good
What's that?
I'll lick my balls, bitch.
Lick my balls. You
balls.
motherfucker. I knew you were going to do that to me.
Lick
It
my
took me
balls.
too long to pull it together. Hell yeah, brother. You know what? I'll lick your balls if you get some money. But yeah, Verizon, Comcast sales or solar sales.
Yeah, man.
On the commercial end are going to be your best people.
Yeah. Remember, guys, if you got any tips for Jeff on the old Christmas lights, Jay Scott at greenwindowcleaning.net. If you're trying to sell, Jay Scott.
Man, I got a good contact for him. I just looked up where their next training is. It's not anywhere near you, but
it's all right.
On the fly.
Super duper appreciate you coming on, Jeff.
It's always a pleasure.
Yes, this is the end of Marc's March Madness.
I've never talked so much ladders and Christmas lights in my life.
Listen, dude.
That's all good, brother.
Hey, listen, dude. We just do things.
Hey, anybody want to get your in-depth story or everything you do can go back to last year's podcast.
Yeah,
and get it all.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like these conversations. You know, when Marc, the high rise stuff, we like to have high rise guys on. It's nice to hear stories and stuff like that, but like with a returning guest like you, it's good to peel back the layers as well.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Like an onion, everyone will make you cry.
Yeah. I'm gonna close out this show with a video from Craig and Grace, with their time with Jeffrey Scott.
They made a video?
Yeah, they made a little video here for you. So we're gonna close out the show on that. We will see you guys next week on April Fool's Day. I'm not sure if we got a guest yet. Hopefully we do. If we don't, it'll just be the four brothers back here talking about farts and dicks. It's going to be great.
Let's dig my dig in the mashed potatoes. Go Hogs!
On the rooftop, as I look out over the edge, I can feel the cold wind blowing out there in the early morning air. As I slip my body on over the edge into the freedom of of the sky. Allow the gentle flow to take me. Release my body from my mind. Oh yeah, ooh, release me.
That is the smoothest pull I've ever felt going in and out.
Release me. Release my body from my mind. In the air I'm floating freely. I've released my body to the flow, extending my mind outward. Into the air I will go, as I slip my body on over the edge, into the freedom of the sky. Allow the gentle flow to take me. Release my body from my mind. Oh yeah, ooh, release me. Release me. Release my body from my mind.